All right. After David Austin came out and confirmed to us that United have gone ahead to back out of the deal of Ugarte to Carrington, not until PSG are willing to obviously lower down the price, we went ahead to get in more and more stories of who is really linked. Jacobs Ben dropping into names last night, and today we've gone ahead obviously here a story coming in from Lolly Whitwell and Athletic. Lolly Whitwell is a United correspondent for the Manchester United at the Athletic. He has come out and obviously said something concerning the side of Sander Berge to the club of Manchester United. Welcome to this channel. Obi, medical and all contracts prepared. Looks like everything's going to be done today. And lastly, we are going to be discussing something concerning the man himself known as Wan-Bissaka. Smash the like button, comment and share if you're watching us for the very first time. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. As Rokan David is my name. And let's see close to 300 likes much on this video and continue to subscribe because we want to hit the magic number of 20,000 subscribers. Let's start it off with Jacobs Ben and what he told us immediately. He told us that Wolves' Yao Gomez and Fluminense's Andre are two midfielders that United still appreciate. Gomez is valued by Wolves at £60 million plus, and Andre is available for under £30 million. Now, Manchester United is into a very bad scenario in there for you. That their first priority was Manuel Ugarte, but the price is really huge. That is £60 million, you know, for him to cross from the side of PSG to the side of Manchester United. And they're like, we're not willing to go high, all north of £60 million. And they're like, we are pulling out of the deal unless otherwise PSG will lower down the price. And two of the midfielders that we're going to talk about are Yao Gomez and Fluminense Andre being linked to the club of Manchester United. It's not the very first time they are linked, especially Andre and Yao Gomez, but £60 million for Yao Gomez hits a red flag for this transfer because United would rather go in and really sign their priority target. That is Ugarte, you get? And for Andre, £30 million, obviously is a very good player, but he's really a player who needs to learn the league. You understand? And some people believe that these are going to be Casemiro replacements. I don't believe that they are going to be, because yesterday Fabrizio came out and told us a story that really was a saddening situation for the club of Manchester United, that the side that was really interested in signing Casemiro in Saudi Arabia just went ahead, obviously changed its entire board and new manager, meaning that they are really looking at certain players altogether. And that's why you find it hard for Casemiro to be linked to Saudi Arabia anymore, meaning that the interest went ahead to die off, and we are here to really wait and see how this interest really revives to obviously see this guy moved on. And due to the fact that we are not going to be moving on Casemiro, United are really like, they are backing out of the deal. They're looking in for a more cheaper midfielder, obviously get in and really get the job done and dusted for the club of Manchester United. And that's where the likes of Yao Neves, however good he is a very good player playing in the Premier League, proven at Wolverhampton Wanderers, £60 million. No way United is going to go close to that player. And the Athletic this morning has come out and obviously broadcasted a story that Sander Berge has emerged as a surprise midfielder on United's list of options, and club officials have made contact with his camp. Lord Whitwell came in through and really said Sander Berge is under consideration at Manchester United. Burnley are prepared to sell, and United officials have made contact with his camp. Now, I've gone ahead to hear people putting out different narratives about Sander Berge, but there is something people don't know. You get? You look at the cooks that you're having, and you understand that if at all they tell you about a recipe, sorry about that. I was talking about, if at all you have some good cooks around you, if they tell you about a recipe, all you have to do is to get them the ingredients. and they'll obviously deliver it home. So now, if you ask about the cooks at Manchester United, do you really believe that they are really not good at obviously making some good choices? I tell you, he might not stand out as one of those players that is really world class, proven, played for big teams, but he has been scouted by Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, Newcastle, and very many other teams. And we all knew to it that the reason as to why he obviously found himself not crossing to those sides, it was because of the fee that the side of was it Bournemouth or Sheffield? I think it's Sheffield where he was playing at, had gone ahead to put onto the player. So it shows you that there is quality in this player, and this is what people really get wrong. And you tell me that Omar Berada, Dave Bresfold, Jason Wilcox, Christian Vivel, Eric Ten Hag, Ren Heck, and Ruud van Nistelrooy can come out and really make a recommendation of a player to sign when he's not that good and ready to sort the requirements for the club of Manchester United. That is totally out. And he's 26 years of age, 1.4 meters tall, you get? And I think he's not far off as compared to other players like Ugarte, João Neves, and so on and so forth, as far as his stats are really concerned. And the verses can really be elevated because those missing pieces in his game might be fixed by the club of Manchester United. And that's why I tell you that let's trust this board. Let us trust this board because there are very many midfielders outside there, and they're really having a very good list of midfielders we're going to hit to scout. And if it's Laurie Whitwell, a United correspondent, that shows you that the interest is really there and it's confirmed. And don't come out and really say that it's not really. And let's trust the board because look at every player we've gone ahead to point at the club of Manchester United. He has been really elite. And the execution of this is what is really delaying us. And I tell you, Man United is at a level where we need to first sort out certain problems. And most problems we're really having out of the huge wage bill. You are having Harry Maguire. He's earning close to £200,000 a week. You are having Harry Maguire. He's earning £200,000 a week. You are having Casemiro, £350,000 a week. Rashford, £300,000 plus a week. Sancho, £300,000 a week plus. You understand? So that is a very huge wage burden, and you just can't really move in from that level and really go in for elite players, because if you are to sign in an elite midfielder, finished product, finished article like Bruno Guimaraes, you'll call in for like £250,000 a week. And I believe time has come for us to obviously understand that Manchester United needs to really follow into the footsteps. Look for people who are really good enough that can really play in that midfield and see to it that everything really goes under plan. He's a very good player, talented, good on the ball. He is a fighter, and I tell you, he can do the job. You get? And if at all those people have gone ahead to give him green light to come to the club of Manchester United, he's that good. I tell you, he's very, very, very good. And I tell you what, he's really going to find himself in a better position to put in a very huge shift at the club of Manchester United. So for me, if he's scouted by these people, he's really good. That is it. He's really good. And that shows you that United is really having a huge scope of players to obviously look at and obviously consider signing in as a CDM for the club of Manchester United. And I tell you, if he comes into the club of Manchester United and he really plays for Manchester United and he really looks good, that will be a bargain. And I tell you, he'll look good. He'll look good because he knows the Premier League, and all what you need a midfielder to be having, the guy has it. Press resistant, long range passes. He's a fighter and he's a battler. And for me, I'm okay with any of the three who comes in through. But for me, I believe it can be this guy, because we've gone ahead to be told by Duncan Castles that his price is really 20 million pounds. And let's get him in, let's get him in, because he can do the job. Some suggestion that Burnley were ready to sell Berge for 20 million pounds, which I understand is way below what they are looking for the player. So we wait and see, because the problem of this guy has always gone ahead to be the amount of money that clubs have gone ahead to really offer and what his former club has been asking. And at Burnley, looks like it's the same thing. But if at all in the Championship, if a team like Manchester United knocks on the door, I don't know what makes you not push to obviously coming through and put in a shift for the club of Manchester United into the mix. So as it stands, it's really huge for Manchester United, and let's wait and see where this deal is really gonna go. And go into the comment section and tell me, of these three, who would you bring in through? Sander Berge, right? There is Yao Neve, what's his name? That Brazilian, what is his name? He's called Yao Gomez, and after Yao Gomez, talk about Andre from Fluminense. Who of those would you obviously bring in through to the club of Manchester United to obviously put in the required shift? Now, Wan-Bissaka is obviously playing hardball to leave the club of Manchester United, and it said Wan-Bissaka is demanding a multi-million pound payoff from Manchester United to leave the club this summer, whilst West Ham are willing to meet United's 18 million pound valuation for Wan-Bissaka. They cannot afford his wage demands, leaving the deal in a limbo. Now, this is really one of the stories that I had gone ahead to hint of way back when Harry Maguire came up and really said that he cannot leave Manchester United because they had to obviously offer him his remaining salary, because West Ham were only willing to offer half of his weekly wages, and United were supposed to cover the rest, you understand? So I want to let you know, right, that if they're offering us 18 million pounds as the side of West Ham, all right, I would take it. You get? And ask yourself, how much does Wan-Bissaka earn? Wan-Bissaka earns Wan-Bissaka earns close to £100,000 a week at the club of Manchester United. You understand? Now, if he earns £100,000 a week at the club of Manchester United, what should we be doing? Simple. Ask, how much is the side of West Ham willing to pay? We'll always get to know that West Ham is willing to pay maybe like £60,000 a week, and there is a balance of 40,000. Now, 40,000, Wan-Bissaka is left with just 1 year on his contract, understand? And when you count 12 months, 40,000 times 4, that is 160,000, meaning that United should deduct just £2 million and pay it to Wan-Bissaka and leave. That is it. Simple business. You remain with £16 million and obviously get out of this, because I don't believe that £2 million should fail us from really getting Wan-Bissaka out of the club of Manchester United. We should come up here and obviously stand our ground, and after standing our ground, we are supposed to obviously let it go and see that everything really comes to pass immediately, because we are not gonna be in this shit for all this. We should really move on these players. We should move on these players as up, and if we don't do that, it's really gonna cost us hugely. If you know, and you know what you're really talking about, that if we don't move on these players now, it's really gonna cost us, because Mazrou is a better player than this guy. You get? And we should obviously allow that to happen. And that goes back to what we call the Glazers and the deal they went ahead to give these people. And everyone who is blaming Ineos doesn't know exactly what is happening. Even if it was Qatar, as I've gone here to see very many people say, Qatar wouldn't have gone to take us through all this. I tell you, they would have, because what solution would they have? You get? You have to spend what you have. You understand? So that is it coming in through from the man himself, known as Wan-Bissaka. He wants his entire salary to be really covered up, because West Ham are not willing to meet the £100,000 that he earns at the club of Manchester United weekly, of which is right, because he can really be a free agent and really earn a lot of money in the summer of 2025. But I think United are really willing to move him on and see to it that he finds himself in a position of really quitting the club of Manchester United. That is it. And when we bought him for £50 million, a loss is going to be made, but I think that's the best that he'll ever get into such situations. Then, Sky Sports have told us about Chido Obi-Martin in Manchester ahead of medical with United. The offers from Germany clubs were superior to Manchester United's terms. Obi chose United ahead of staying with Arsenal, all moving to Germany. That is it. So, he decided to come through to play for the club of Manchester United. And guess what? He's going to undergo his medical today. And Fabrizio has hinted on that. All set for Obi Chido Martin's signature on contracts as a new United player. Meaning that after the medical, obviously, he's really going to be put in through and revealed as a United player. And will obviously come in through and obviously see what he really has to give for the club of Manchester United. But we welcome him to Manchester United, and I call upon for your reactions about Berge to Manchester United. Do you believe we should go in for him? Should we go in for João Neves, Berge, Hall, and Ray into the mix? Then, what do you make about Wan-Bissaka calling in for his full payment to leave? Because West Ham are not willing to meet the realistic evaluation of his salary that's been earning at Manchester United. I think they're willing to pay like half of that. And should United really clear off his remaining 1 year, with 40% of it to Wan-Bissaka? How do you see that? And Chido Obi-Martin to Manchester United medical today, and is expected to obviously sign his papers today and then unveiled as a player for the club of Manchester United. I told you that. Don't be shocked if at all he makes to the squad of Manchester United that is going to be playing, that is going to be traveling to Wembley, because this guy is really one of a kind. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, we out, but continue to subscribe because we want to hit that magic number of how many? The magic number of 20,000 subscribers. Let's continue to subscribe, because the way you spread your love is really very important. So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. Rokan David, he's my name, and this is how we do it, right? Second video of the day, and more is yet to come. We are returning with the live streams, right? I'm gonna be streaming live in the next 2-3 hours from now as we discuss lots of things concerning the team of Manchester United into the mix. So yeah, is it João Gomez? Is it Berge or Andre? But for me, I think João Gomez deal is not really possible because of the £60 million price that is going to have to be put onto his head. So guys, we out. Bye-bye.